Yo, Hollow here, and okay. So this gameplay here, we're losing. It starts to get a little bit out of control, and then myself and another guy bring it back and bring home the W, the big W for the team, because the rest of the guys are just whatever. But wow, only in Call of Duty, right? But what I want to talk about, and I saw this a few weeks ago, is this video by Onision. This guy is a fucking, he's something's wrong with him mentally. The dude has a screw loose, like for real, like legit. Something's wrong with him. And it's this Air Force video, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, you know what? This guy is so full of shit. You know, he's playing his subscribers who are naive to what happens in the military. You know, he's talking about basic training, how he was belittled and whatnot. That's the whole point. Basic training, y'all get haircuts. Y'all look the same unless you're a female. Then you're allowed to have your hair or whatever. But as a guy, you're a fucking Q-tip. You're a cue ball. You're bald. They shave it all off. It's so you all have one identity. You are not different yet. You're all one identity, one team, one fight. That's what essentially what it's supposed to be doing. And they break you down. You know, they tear you down, build you up, break you down, and then build you up before graduation. That's how it works. You know, they want you to get accustomed to the lifestyle of the military. Because a lot of folks think that the military is some type of democracy. You can go around crying and boo-hooing and all this stuff. In reality, no, you can't. It's a dictatorship. A commander up there, a general up there, is telling a battalion or squadron commander to do something, or a group commander to do something, and then down there, the senior NCOs, all the way down the food chain. You know, it's talking about E4s, how E4s are treated like shit, right? This, that, blah, 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 E4 and below. That's not true either. Because the E4 and below, i.e. the E4, well, actually the E4 Mafia, it's like a legit group, you know, everyone talks about and jokes about the E4 Mafia. They're the ones that get shit done. They really are. E4 and below, that's the backbone of the military of any branch of service, all the way from the Air Force, the Navy, and the Marines, and the Army. They're the backbone, you know. They say NCOs are the backbone, which essentially they are too as well, because they are leaders and they are the ones that set the standards and put the standards in place. But E4 and below get the job done. And he's going off about SEER training and this, that, blah, blah, blah. The key word in SEER training is survival. So of course, when you're in SEER school, they're going to make you do things you don't want to do in order to survive. And it's usually designed for pilots and whatnot to go through, or special ops, etc. And he's talking about being medical and then security force. And I'm like, man, this guy's story doesn't make any sense whatsoever. To me, he was a bitch boy. That's what happened. He was so resistant and so upset that he couldn't get what he wanted, that he ended up being labeled as a bitch boy, that no one wants him. He's a dirtbag. He's essentially put off to the side, set off with the retard crew, and that's just the way it is. His ROD, yeah, that's essentially what he was. He was a nonconformist. They were just putting him off to the side until they got his discharge papers, and off you go. You know, I know what a dirtbag is, and there's a lot of dirtbags in the military. There really is. But come on, call a spade. Don't fucking sit there and lie and say, oh, this, that, blah, blah, blah. Oh, the medical community. Oh, the doctors had to refer me, so I went ahead and stuck a needle in my own skull to get rid of this, whatever it was, blah, blah, blah. Come on, you had ingrown hair and you're being a bitch about it. You're being a bitch, and that's why you're treated like a bitch. People see through this shit. Everybody sees through this shit. And you're just like lying on top of lie, on top of lie, on top of lie. Then it talks about E4 and getting married. Okay, now that's a true statement. And the reason why you have to get approval, number one, you're letting your chain of command know that you're getting married, especially as an airman or a soldier or whatever in the barracks. So that means, like, okay, you're prepping, okay, you're gonna get married. Are you financially stable? Can you survive out in the economy, you know, with car payment, food, you know, electricity, utilities, cable, gas, etc., etc.? Can you survive on your own, either, you know, like on your own or married? And it's a checklist. It's not saying, oh, you need approval. You're just letting them know that, hey, this is what's going on. And if you're not financially stable, the chances are going to say, well, you really need to think about it. You need to see a financial advisor, etc., etc. And for some reason, he can't grasp this concept because there's a screw loose in his fucking head. You know, there's a term called Section 8, and I guarantee he's a Section 8. He's a fucking nut job. I can guarantee he was just charged from the military for being a fucking nut job. I really do. You know, because I did 23 years, you know, Army and Air Force. I've done active side, I've done guard side. And I've seen it all. I've seen it all. No matter what stories and BS folks try to pull, I've seen it all. And just listening to this guy, from my experience, I guarantee from anybody who's had military experience, sees right through his bullshit. And he's a fucking liar. That's all it is to it. You know, I could only watch so much because the dude is so full of crap. But anyways, you know, like for real, if any of you young folk, like on my old channel, I had a few people ask me questions about joining the military. I think one guy's Air Force, and that guy with his little gravity spikes got shit on, get owned, son, get the fuck out of the way. One guy joined the Marines. I think another guy joined the Army. And they ask me a lot of questions and whatnot, and I'll tell them, you know, I'll tell them the truth on the military, what it's really like. You know, especially the Air Force side. It's changed. It's not as hard as it used to be, but, you know, matter of fact, my oldest is joining the Air Force, so kudos on him. Proud of that guy to finally, you know, pulling his head out of his ass and saying, you know what, let me join the military. Even if you do 3 or 4 years or, you know, and whatnot, you know, get that GI Bill money to go to college and whatnot. Get the profession, get that foundation, you know. And then he says, oh, criminals, these folks were criminals when they joined the military. Judge told them to join. Get the fuck out of here, you fucking liar. Missy on you fucking psychopath. I'm out. Fuck him.